Hey guys, so I'm consulting with this place I used to do sales with, doing sales with them, and it's so cool. I'm working in this basement. I love it here. This is so cool.
Oh boy. I'm running out of shirts.
So something interesting happened to me today at school. I made a joke, and I'm trying to think of the joke now, and I can't remember. But I made a joke, like out loud to the class. The teacher said something, someone asked a question, I answered and made a joke. And I kind of do that a lot. Not a lot, not too much. But everybody laughed, like everybody laughed. The professor laughed, every single person in the classroom laughed. And like laughed, not like, oh, please be quiet, like actually like laughed. And that felt so good. And me being me, of course, after like that feeling hit me, I started examining myself and saying, well, why did that hit me? Why did I feel so good? Because I made that joke, and I thought, well, everybody laughed. Okay, let's start with that. It felt good because everyone laughed. Because I make jokes all the time, and not everyone laughs. Okay, so everyone laughed. What does that mean, though? And what I came to the conclusion of is that it meant that I was part of the group. I was included. I was inside of the society. And I was doing some research earlier on this, not just because of this, but I was doing research earlier on this about this feeling of being wanted and included, of being needed in part of something. And people speculate that it actually goes back to us all the way back when we were tribal people. And when being apart from the tribe basically meant you were dead. So if you messed up, if you said something and people didn't take it very well, and people didn't like you, and no one really wanted you to be part of the group, you were basically dead because you couldn't survive all the dangers of the world by yourself. You needed a tribe to help shelter you, and you help everyone else. You know how that works. And then so people theorize that the reason that we feel fear, like for public speaking, the reason public speaking is the number one fear, one of the number one fears that people have, is because it comes deep-seated in this behavior that we have to have. I mean, even going up till, even now kind of, there still kind of exists this, if people don't like you, if you do something and it offends everybody in the world, ooh, tough luck. That's if you do something wrong, like you're not gonna get a job, you're not gonna be able to have a family, like if you do something really bad. And we've seen those mistakes, in media. We see people mess up and do that kind of stuff. And they're basically outcasted from society. Which is sad. It is really sad, though they messed up. But that's beside the point. So I think that's one reason that many people, including myself, this really seems credible, why we're scared to speak in public, why we're scared to say our mind, why we're scared to really, step up in front of lots of people, is because if all of them don't like us, boom, we're out. Of course, the probability of everybody, let's say, on not liking us, like at a conference, like if we're speaking or something, is so small that every single person not liking us, that's very small, unless we do something truly horrendous. But that was an interesting observation for me, is making a joke, everyone laughing, and me feeling really good. And then that encouraged me to do it again. And of course I didn't get the same response the further times. But it was really interesting to me that how a classroom reacted completely affected my day. I noticed my mood was up, and I just felt good about myself. I was more confident. And it was so weird to me that like one single moment can affect you so much. So don't you tell me that your effect is too small, you can't do something really to help people. It's because that one moment can drastically change around someone's day. So if you saw my last vlog, you would have noticed I said something about filming outside, and I talked about how kind of paranoid I am about this, and I was thinking, just right now actually, the thought just occurred to me, that if we overcome our anxieties, think about how much you could accomplish. So think about the stuff that you're too scared to do, or the stuff that you two feel uncomfortable to do. And think about if you eliminated that nervousness, what would you be able to do? What would you be able to accomplish? Think about that for a second. Pretty interesting, huh? One thing I think I could really benefit from is I would learn more, because I know, in whether it's in a classroom or wherever I am, I feel this need to be smart, to know the answers, especially when we're in a topic of psychology and communications, is that I am kind of scared to ask questions, especially, depending on the situation. And I honestly think I would learn a lot more if I just simply was less afraid to ask questions. And especially, and honestly, I also think that I could provide you more value, and I honestly think that I could give you a lot of good information if I wasn't scared of filming in public. Even right now, there's someone watching me, and it's really, really kind of uncomfortable. This is the thing. I don't know whether it's like social stigma, or just myself, or just my not wanting to interfere with other people's lives, like not inconvenience other people, I think is where the fear is actually coming from. And I've been really thinking about that and working on it and saying, how can I minimize this fear or use it to my advantage? Because I honestly think that if I overcome something, that gives me a boost to help me overcome other stuff as well. I'm thinking about it. I really am. I've really been thinking about this a lot lately. So I just finished filming, and so cars are drifting by, and quite a few people, actually there's another one, quite a few people were driving by, and it was kind of embarrassing, and I was like, oh, I'm filming and these people are watching this film, and they probably think, oh, these millennials, what are we gonna do with this generation? But it all worked out for the best. And I think I'm a little bit less afraid to film now, which is cool. It makes me happy that I improved a little bit today. That always makes me happy when I improve a little bit on something.
I got a new one! So, I'm pretty sure this happened to you, where you're standing in line checking out, and then this little baby's looking back at you because being held by one of his parents, and the little baby's just smiling and everything. That's just awesome. That's just... Am I the only one who just loves it when a baby's just to you? I think it's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog, spending some time with me during this week. I'll be back at you next week with another vlog. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment below with what you want me to post about next. And take care of yourself. Be unashamed, stay unashamed.